Welcome again to the monastery, and I thought perhaps we'd make another little tour, see what flowers are blooming right now, and get a little view of the monastery. I noticed a little red poppy. I don't know where it came from, but somehow it's blooming down there amidst the weeds, and it's one of my favorites, these mallows that come up as volunteers. They're actually wildflowers, and they come up from various places. Also, these small daisies that we have quite scattered about. They're really quite beautiful, small and wild, but really very beautiful. And this one, which goes by the name of rabbit ears or pink maidens, and they're also a local wildflower. But we keep a few of them around and keep them under control a bit so they don't take over. The pansies are still quite magnificent this time of year, a little heavy on the blue this year. And the Crystal Palace lobelia, which is one of my favorite, is really quite beautiful. We'll get in close, see what we can take a look without sticking our hands into the bees. And the ubiquitous Welsh poppies, which come up for much of the year because they seed themselves and come up at different times depending on when the seeds were popped. And here's one I actually don't know the name of, but it's a volunteer also. I don't know where it came from. You can see the lawn. His brother Ephraim's got the lawn under quite good care right now. And this is one of the ginkgo trees. They don't seem to bloom, but they have very beautiful leaves in the fall. And here again, some sage. A few blooms left on it. It had bloomed earlier in the year. And again, the mallows, I'll pull one back here because they haven't opened very much yet. And quite a striking flower. The fuchsia bush is just starting to bloom. It blooms a little late early in the summer. And one of my favorites is snapdragons, which always come back as volunteers every year. They reseed themselves. I think they're biennials, but there are always some of them blooming because they seed themselves at different times. And so there are always some. And this year, I think they're really quite spectacular too. Let's take a little closer look at them. Sort of keep my hand out of the bees. And the fuchsias, this is a species fuchsia bush, the Magellan fuchsia. It grows wild in southern part of Argentina in particular, and other places. And it grows here every year. It comes up and gives us a mass of blossoms by the time we have the Feast of the Joy of Canada, almost as if to celebrate the feast together with us. And you can see, very beautiful. Most people see only the hybrids that are in hanging baskets and things, but this is the wild variety, the original variety. And it's quite a large bush, and it'll be covered top to bottom in another maybe 2 or 3 weeks with these beautiful fuchsia blossoms. And a few petunias coming up in the rock garden. And you can see the rather unkempt part of the grounds at the back have a few mallows sticking up in them. And this will all be mowed and cut down before too long, preparing for the feast so that people can get to the holy well. And the blackberries, which always take over, and they're worth the trouble because they're delicious and they make great jam and jelly, and we freeze quite a few of them. And this kind of it's really a wild pea plant, but it has beautiful flowers on it. It's a vetch, and of course a lot of clover all over. We'll try to get some of the fireweed farther up because the fireweed are especially beautiful, and cover a lot of area in this time of year. So anyway, thank you for joining us and taking another little look at the monastery grounds and the flowers. And the next group of flowers that comes out, we'll try to make another small video of it and share that with you as well. God bless.